Hey everyone, this is Joanne coming to you live from New York. I'm also known as #UnicornBoss. So as you guys are jumping online tonight, make sure you go ahead and hit me up with some unicorn emojis because those are my jam. If you're grabbing me live, go ahead and leave me a number 1. And if you're catching me on the replay, go ahead and leave me a number 2. So I just wanted to jump on, you guys. I just got home. Happy Independence Day, by the way, if you're in the USA. So if you're from the USA, go ahead and hit me up with some American flag emojis, or just go ahead and say happy July 4th here. I'm just getting home late from my festivities, so feel free to share and let me know what you guys did today to help celebrate your Independence Day. I just got home from some fireworks and they were amazing. Fireworks is one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. So I see a bunch of you guys jumping online. Welcome tonight. Hi Nina, hi Andrew, hey Monica. So if you're grabbing me live, go ahead and leave me that number 1. And if you're catching me on the replay, go ahead and leave me a number 2. By the way, if you're a brand new friend, go ahead and comment new below so that way I can circle back around and connect with you. And if we're not friends yet, don't forget to go ahead and send me a friend request and hit follow. So happy 4th of July, everyone. Happy Independence Day if you are from the USA. So this is going to be a quick video tonight because I know it's really late, but I was out celebrating today and I just couldn't help but think about gratitude, and I was just really moved. I don't know why this particular holiday or this particular year just seemed to really mean a lot to me, and I was just feeling so grateful, and I couldn't stop thinking about gratitude all night long. And I was thinking on the way home as I was driving home from the fireworks that maybe we would do a quick chit chat about gratitude. So awesome. Monica got to stay in bed and just relax. I'm loving it. Awesome. So yeah, I kind of want to talk about the importance of gratitude. So what does gratitude mean to you all? If you want to, feel free to go ahead and comment and share. I would love to see some of the comments. I know that gratitude for me as a daily practice was a huge game changer in some of the abundance that I'm seeing now in my life. So just a quick backstory about me, but maybe I would say like 3 or 4 years ago, I was in a very bad space. And the first thing that I used to do when I would literally wake up was think about how much I hated my life. It was like literally the first thought. It hurt so bad to wake up. I really suffered from anxiety and depression. And I truly hated my life, and it was so dark. So you can imagine that very first thought of the day is kind of like a seed. So you plant that seed, and guess what happens? Your entire day perpetuates that seed all day long. And I wish I had learned this many years ago, because I think I would be a lot more advanced in my life, in my career, and just everything that I'm manifesting now in my life. But I really encourage you to kind of stop and pause and think about what your first very thought of the day is when you wake up. And if it's not something beautiful and positive, you want to start to work on switching that around, because that seed was planted, and then my thought process watered it all day long. So it became a very vicious cycle for me. It was just that darkness seemed to perpetuate because of that mindset that I had each and every morning. So one day, and I basically, what happened is there was a lot of bad things happening in my life. And have you ever noticed that when bad things happen, more bad things happen? Can anybody relate to that at all? If you can, go ahead and leave me a number 3 below. But I just felt like no matter how hard I tried, bad thing would happen, then another bad thing would happen, and they would just stack up like bricks before I had this beautiful wall. And I just was like astounded by all of these negative things in my life. And looking back now, I can kind of see the wisdom in it, and that I was actually building that wall with my thought process, because I'm a big believer in energy, and the kind of energy you put out is what you receive. So even though I was a very high vibe and positive person in my heart, those first mental activities of the day and that cloudiness that would cloud and just rule my day started this trickle effect, right? And I allowed the circumstances to rule my life. So one day I met this girl online, and she was talking to me about gratitude. And it was so fascinating to me because I'll be honest, you guys, I really always thought I was a super grateful person. I always felt that I was very thankful. I had a very difficult childhood. So I thought that by conquering all of those things and surviving them, I always thought I had a grateful heart. But I watched what she did versus what I did, and I saw a big difference. It was like night and day. And she was like this shining star for me, and I just saw that she was doing something different in her gratitude practice, and that was something that was really attractive to me and that I really wanted. And literally, I have never met this girl in real life. I just saw her online. We connected through like a crystal group because I'm into gemstones, and I just started watching her journey and what she would post online and things like that, and it became very inspiring to me. So this is the backstory, and this is how I want to encourage you to see if you can relate that, you know, maybe perhaps you need to think a little bit differently about what you're grateful for, and kind of make that thankfulness an actual practice in your everyday life. Absolutely, Andrew. And you know what? I used to always think I was a positive person, but I was like that positive person that was ramming their head against the wall. I was like positive, 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 but it was like the hard way, if that makes sense. And that was because I started my day off so wrong. And it happened because I allowed myself to become so discouraged. So I was like barely keeping my head above the water, if that makes sense. So when you switch your mindset just a little bit, you can all of a sudden just start sailing on the high sea. It's really amazing. So I've got like 4 or 5 tips here that I want to share with you about how you could potentially change your gratitude and why it's important in your everyday life. So the first thing I have here is that it helps shift your focus. And this is really hard at first. So for me, because I knew that for me, that very first thing that I did in the morning was it was the end all be all. It was that magical word that I was saying that was causing my whole day to spiral out of control. So for me, switching that first thought of my day was really key. So I'm sure you all know, you're probably thinking right here and you're watching, you probably know when it is that you allow yourself to do that dark thing. So whatever time of day it is for you, or whatever habit it is, whatever ritual you have, you know exactly what it is, and you can kind of just change it so it makes sense for you in your life. But you want to just shift your focus, and it's really, really hard at first. It was so hard to wake up for me first thing in the morning and switch that first thought of the day. But of course, with practice, it got easier and easier. And what I found was embracing the little things is really key. So like, I remember when I was really starting to work on this and I was struggling, I would look out the window at work, and we have a very beautiful scenery where I work, and we have like the most green grass in the whole wide world. And I would see the grass literally flowing in the sun, and it would almost sparkle as the little blades moved in the wind. And I just remember thinking it was so beautiful. So I started capturing little moments like this throughout my day and seeing how beautiful they were and feeling grateful for them. You know, the way the birds sang, the way the little chickadee would hop across the ground, just these little moments of joy, and I would embrace them. And as I became more grateful in more and more small moments, it eventually manifested itself. So that way I was grateful for 95% of my day, which was really, really exciting because my day was not like that before that. So start shifting your focus. Second thing is, have you noticed that on days when you're really grateful, it increases your joy? Have you ever noticed how happy you are when you're thankful? So, I was a very unhappy person at that point in my life. So as I started to work on my gratitude, my joy started increasing, and I started smiling a lot more. So have you ever heard that old saying that laughter is contagious, or a smile is contagious? And it's true. The more grateful you are, the more joy you have, and the more happiness you have in your life as well. The third thing I have down about why gratitude is so special and why it's important is that it helps calm your fears and it helps increase your confidence. So I noticed that I'm a lot less fearful now, and because of that, I put myself out there in uncomfortable situations, and I do a lot more things in my life that kind of push the edge. And as a result of that, I'm growing a lot more. I mean, looking at me now, if you had asked me 6 months ago if I would be going live every night and sharing and doing, having my own business and doing what I do right now, and helping to build people up and support them and love them, like, I would have said never in a million years. So it was these small little leaps of faith, and it all started started with gratitude. And just having a grateful heart, it really does help ease that fear, because I used to be a very fearful person, and I didn't realize it at the time, but looking back now, I can really see it. And now, because I'm grateful, I'm a lot more confident, because what's the worst that can happen? I'm already thankful and grateful for my life right now. So if I try something brand new and it utterly fails, it's not a big deal, because I'm already grateful for what I have right now, if that makes sense. Okay, so number 4 is that, have you ever noticed on a day that you're really grateful and you're just so thankful, maybe something special has really happened in your life and you're just feeling really thankful in that moment? Have you ever noticed that you feel very peaceful when you're grateful? You know, my heart used to be just so turbulent when I allowed all of that negativity and toxicity to just kind of grow, and it was like eating me alive, and I kind of just felt like my heart was being scraped by all of that darkness and that negativity, and it would just kind of feed upon itself. And I find that getting rid of that toxicity is so liberating, and I'm so much more at peace now, right? Thanks for the love, Monica. I appreciate it. So yeah, if you guys can relate at all, go ahead and give me some hearts below. Oh, I'm loving that, Andrew. I'm glad to hear that you're confident all the time, less scared, and always grateful. It truly is such a miraculous change. Like, the person I am now versus even like 2 years ago, you would have never recognized that person. And I just love this peace. I love being able to going to bed at night and knowing that I did the very best that I could, and just being happy with that, versus having that long laundry list of all the things maybe that I thought I messed up or I could have done better. And you know how it goes, like that really negative self-talk. So I'm just really grateful for that peace and that freedom. And the last thing that I have for you, and actually Andrew hit on it, so kudos to you, Andrew, high fives, is that having gratefulness gives you the courage to fight for your dreams. And you know, we talk a lot about hashtag dream big on my page. I'm a big dreamer. I'm a big believer in pushing through the fear and fighting for what you believe in. And like I kind of touched on that before, but like I'm just so much more courageous now. I've gone on two trips that were all expenses paid by my company. I had to work for it, but those were dreams that I never ever thought would happen. And I was just like, set my mind to it. I was gonna do it. I was dreaming big, and then lo and behold, I was shocked when it came to pass, you know? So I just love the courage and the what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, just the boldness you feel when you have a grateful heart, because it just, that peace and that love and that manifestation, it just gives you the desire to want more and to do more, which is really exciting, because I'm doing more for others, but as a result of that, I myself am becoming blessed too. So when you switch that mindset, you use your gratitude to start giving, it will utterly change your life for the better. And it's so exciting. And usually when that happens, you get some abundance coming back to you as well, which is really awesome and life-changing. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video tonight. Like I said, it's super short and quick. I just was feeling so grateful for my freedom today. Can anybody relate? If you can, go ahead and comment freedom below. I'm just so grateful to live in a country where we can literally make the decision to do anything that we want to do in our life. And if anybody on here is watching, or if you're catching this on the replay and you are a veteran and you have served our country, just want to give you some love and gratitude from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for all that you give, so that way we can give, and that way we can change this world for the better too. So love you all. Have a great night, and I'll be back here tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have a recipe so we can do a keto kitchen together tomorrow. Thanks. Take care. Have a great night, you guys. Bye-bye.